ask you back to the 8:30 service. As many of you know, we've been going through an envisioning process, and I've been given 3 minutes, so if I go over, start saying something to update you on what's going on there. On September 20th, a couple of Fridays ago, about 30 of us met to get together and start the process. And we're using a book called Faith Soaring Churches. And it's an interesting term, faith soaring. At first I didn't like it. The more I use it and get used to it, it really says a lot. And so we're going through a process with Pleasant Grove that's sort of prescribed by this book to try to work through and work our way into a vision that will allow us to become a faith soaring church. Just as an example, the book has 10 characteristics of a faith soaring church. And just to give you a couple of examples, faith-soaring churches focus more on vision and relationships than on programs and management. Faith-soaring churches are missional in nature. They focus on going rather than on staying, balancing local with global, hold forward by mission across racial, ethnic, and cultural barriers. Faith-soaring churches have high expectations of people connected with the congregation. They ask them for a deep commitment to attending worship regularly, being in ongoing discipleship groups, build deep friendships, and have a place of ongoing service within the congregation. So in this meeting a couple of Fridays ago, we had the 30 people, and we got together in breakout rooms, and we talked about these 10 characteristics and how it relates to Pleasant Grove. How is Pleasant Grove positively living into each of these 10 characteristics? How could we go deeper? How could we do better? And what are the barriers? What are some of the negatives that are keeping us from going deeper? In summary of the results of that, we're actually still distilling the results, but there were positives in every area, but there's also room to improve and room to go deeper in every area. And so as we go through the process, there's another meeting coming up on October 20th. We're going to be working with these some more, along with some other aspects of the book. And then to close the meeting, we asked everybody in the group to take a little note card and write down how each of us individually would define what it means to be faith-soaring for ourselves. So think about that for a minute. You're going to write down, for you personally, what would you need to do? How would you need to live to be faith-soaring, to consider yourself faith-soaring? It's really something each of us should think about. And we took those cards. We're going to take those cards and use those. And to be honest, if any of you want to do that and write that down and contribute to the process, we would love to have that input. And that will help us form our vision for going forward. So stay tuned. There'll be other meetings coming up, and we'll move